I'm Madeline Lemon, holistic wellness coach and hypnotherapist, sharing lifestyle, dietary, and mindset tips that help you heal mind, body, and soul. My goal is to empower you to make the changes needed to live your most vibrant, healthy, and fulfilled life. You can download my free meditation for chronic and acute illness, as well as find out more about my one-on-one hypnotherapy and wellness coaching sessions at madelinelemon.com. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking about skincare, in particular the best tips that I have for clear, glowing skin. Now, this has been a very up and down roller coaster journey for me. I actually had really good skin in high school, but then in my early 20s, I started having lots of inflammation and hormonal breakouts, super dry skin, and just extremely sensitive skin. And over the years, I've tried so many different things for my skin, from topical creams and antibiotics to dietary and lifestyle changes and everything in between. And for the last year, my skin has been really good, the best it's ever been. And I attribute that to some really specific changes that I made both in my diet and in the products that I was using on my skin. And I wanted to share those today with you because I'm imagining if you've clicked on this video, you might have some skin issues yourself. I mean, to be honest, I feel like we all do. Nobody has perfect skin. Even now, after all the stuff that I've done, I still get the occasional breakout and I have a little bit of dry skin issues, but it's nothing like it was before. And so I just want to share with you what works. And the first thing that I will say is I wish I could give you some magic cream that would take away all of your skincare problems, but unfortunately, I don't believe that can happen. I think good skin starts from inside, just like anything in life in terms of health. I think it all starts inside, and your skin, being your largest organ, is a reflection of what's going on inside. So you can actually thank your skin for being a really good indicator for you. And if you pay attention to it, there are some really simple things that you can tweak. Now, it does require some commitment, but it really makes a massive difference. If you just go about helping your skin by putting different topical creams and serums on your skin, it's not that it doesn't help, but you're not addressing the root problem, and you're just kind of putting a band-aid on top of the issues that you have. So I have an approach to pretty much everything in my life is to always get to the root of the problem. And this is what's worked for me and how my skin has stayed so clear over the past year or year and a half. And so I wanted to share my tips with you. So the first tip I have for you is to clean up your diet and heal your gut. This is the number one most important thing, at least in my opinion, when it comes to skin health. And yes, I use that word really intentionally, skin health, because it's not about the state of your skin at any given moment based on what you're using. It really is about your true full body health, because when your body is healthy and you're feeding your body nourishing foods, real whole foods, it's going to reflect in your skin. So the three biggest culprits for me when it comes to contributing to bad skin are dairy, gluten, and sugar. Now, I pretty much never eat any of these foods. I do eat some grains here and there and some minorly processed foods, but really clean. And when I changed my diet, now I did something much more extreme in the beginning, and now I'm kind of at a place where I don't have to be as strict with it. I mean, this was everything for my skin. I went from having just really bad hormonal breakouts every single month, extremely dry skin, and very sensitized. So like I would put on an ingredient or I would go get a facial and my skin would just like break out in a rash all over my skin because it was just so sensitive. Now my skin is really low maintenance and I just use some really specific products on it, but I focus on my diet. So if you can just imagine all of the different micronutrients that come in the form of plant-based foods, that would be vegetables, legumes, fruits, nuts and seeds, things like that. The more variety you can get, the better. So just absolutely just nourish your body and your cells with all of the amazing foods that we have available to us from the earth. And just avoid packaged foods in general. Shop on the edges of the grocery store where you will find fresh fruits and vegetables and meats and things like that. and just stay away from the middle of the grocery store. I mean, I think if you can stay away from gluten, dairy, and sugar, you'll find that what happens is your body is able to lower its levels of inflammation. And so that'll reflect on your skin, as well as healing your gut and helping to balance your hormones, which are huge contributors to skin problems. So the second tip I have for you is to incorporate bone broth into your diet. This is a miracle food, and it's so easy to make. I have a whole video on how to make chicken bone broth in the Instant Pot in just 2 hours. So I'll put the link below for that if you feel like making this at home. But this type of food is just full of collagen, which is incredibly good for not only for your skin, but for the lining of your intestines. And when you have healthy intestines and a healthy gut, I mean, it is directly related to your skin. So this is also full of tons of amino acids, vitamins, minerals, and all kinds of different components that help heal and seal the gut lining and therefore reflect on your skin. So I have at least 1 cup of bone broth a day. When I first started changing my diet, I was having like 5 to 6 cups a day, which I know sounds crazy, but I was working against some really bad gut problems, and so I really needed that extra help. But I find that when I drink this bone broth, it really does show up in my skin. So the glow that I have when my skin is doing really well is largely because of the bone broth that I drink every day. The third tip I have is to incorporate fermented foods into your diet. So if you change your diet and you clean it up and you're eating whole plant-based foods for the most part, as well as drinking bone broth, that really works to help calm the inflammation in your gut and help it kind of recover and become healthier. And when you add the fermented foods on top of that, then you're just feeding your gut with all kinds of amazing bacteria that contribute to not only digestive well-being, but to skin health as well. So I use cultured wellness ferments, which I've talked about in other videos. So I make my own coconut yogurt and coconut water kefir, and they're so delicious. There's all kinds of recipes that you can do with these, and they're very easy. You can buy them on their website. They are a little bit expensive because you have to ship them from Australia. However, there are lots of great fermented foods out there that you can buy. The the coconut cult brand of yogurt that you can find at Whole Foods is phenomenal and has some amazing strains of probiotics in it. Now, it's very expensive, but you really only have to have like a tablespoon of it a day to get those benefits. So when you look at the price, just know that it goes a long way. There are other amazing probiotics as well. I'll list some of my favorites down below, but basically any probiotic rich foods or fermented foods are going to be really good for you. And if you can't, for whatever reason, get fermented foods, you can take a probiotic daily at the very least, but it's best to get it through your food if you can, because it's more bioavailable and it's made to withstand the different conditions and pH levels of your digestive tract so that it can arrive in your colon where your bacteria flourish and kill off the bad bacteria and start thriving down there and just giving you the best skin of your life. I mean, seriously, it's absolutely amazing. So the fourth tip is to look at supplementation. Now, I'm not a huge fan of adding in all kinds of supplements for your skin, but there are a few things that I have found for me that have really helped. So the first one is getting some really good omega fats. Now, you can get this through your diet through eating really good wild caught fish and sardines and things like that. However, you can also take an omega-3 supplement. Just make sure that it's wild caught and sustainable, because you can get all kinds of weird stuff in fish oil supplements. Again, I will link my favorite below, but this is really good. Fat is so important, not only for making hormones, number one, so you really want to make sure that you're getting good fats in. If your acne is at all hormonal, fat is really important. You can also incorporate things like avocado and nuts and seeds into your diet, and that helps as well. But taking an omega supplement just really can give you a boost when it comes to clearing up your skin and really getting you in tip-top shape in terms of your gut and your brain, which again shows up on your skin. The second supplement that I have used that's actually been the most powerful for me in terms of clearing up acne, not so much for the other like overly sensitized skin and dry skin and things like that, but for the acne itself, zinc has been huge. Zinc is incredible for helping to balance your hormones. And my acne that I had was really, really hormonal. And so the zinc has really helped to regulate my hormones and therefore regulate my skin. And I'm telling you what, I can tell a difference when I'm on it or when I'm off of it. Like if I ever run out and I forget to refill, I notice a big difference. So I make sure that I take zinc every single day. So those are really the two most important supplements for me when it comes to my skin. I try not to overdo it and do a million different things when it comes to supplements, because that is just, it's pretty overwhelming, the whole supplement world. So I like to keep it really, really simple. My next tip is to pick clean, non-toxic, simple products. So I have a pretty simplified regimen for my skin. I have done massive 10-step skincare routines before, and I just find that it's all way too much for my skin. And the more I can just pare it back to the things that are the most effective and have the smallest amount of potentially irritating ingredients, the better my skin does. So I can do a whole skincare routine video if you guys are interested, but essentially what I do now is in the morning, I often don't really wash my face. I just splash it with water because I wash it at night. And then I put on a vitamin C serum, which is incredible for brightening the skin, for lessening dark spots, for helping with fine lines and wrinkles. It's just an all over incredible ingredient for the skin. So I do a vitamin C serum, and then if my skin is feeling a little bit dry, I'll put on a moisturizer, and then I will put on a natural physical sunscreen. I really want to minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, and I want to age gracefully, and so I incorporate this sunscreen every single morning. I'll link it below. And then in the evening, I just use some type of retinol, which is a vitamin A, which is phenomenal for anti-aging. This is the one less natural ingredient that I use at all on my skin. I use totally natural, non-toxic, clean ingredients in my house, from A to Z, from cleaning my house to the products that I wash my clothes in to the products that I put on my skin. But the one thing that I do that's a little bit less natural, although I pick the cleanest versions that I can find, is a vitamin A, just because it has so much science behind it in terms of anti-aging. So I use that at night, and then I just use a moisturizer. So that's 4 to 5 ingredients total that I use in the morning and the night, and this has been so effective for me. I just don't want to use just a million different things, because again, then it starts that process of potentially irritating the skin. So the simpler you can keep it, the better. Think about the goals that you have for your skin and the specific problems that you have and the specific things that you want to address, and then pick just a couple of ingredients, maybe a serum in the morning, a serum in the evening that address those specific things, a good moisturizer and sunscreen in the morning, and that's pretty much all you need. The other thing that you can do on a weekly basis or a couple times a week is to exfoliate your skin. If you're not using a vitamin A ingredient, you can use AHAs or BHAs, which is just a form of chemical exfoliants, which are really good for sloughing off dead skin cells and cleaning out the pores. Pretty much that's it, in my opinion, for what you need for your skin. I just wouldn't overcomplicate it. I think people make it so overwhelming for themselves, and they have all these different things that they're trying all the time, and they're full of essential oils and scents and all these things that can irritate your skin. So just keep it clean, and simple, and don't overthink it. So that's really it. Those are my best tips for glowing, clear skin. If you have any specific questions, please feel free to comment below and ask me. I've done a lot of research on the most effective things that you can do for your skin, and I have pretty much tried everything. And now my skin is really stable. I honestly almost never have to worry about it, except every now and then, here and there, I'll have a little bit of an issue. But I don't get regular facials. I don't go to get any kind of treatments or anything anything. Not that I'm opposed to those. I love it. It just hasn't been a super high priority for me. I just really focus on my at-home things that I do, both through my diet and supplementation, as well as topically on my skin, and it's worked really great for me. So that's really it when it comes to skincare tips for me. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please like the video and subscribe to it because it really helps support my channel. And I'm putting out new videos all the time when it comes to mind, body, and soul wellness from the inside out. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.